All right, guys. I'm going to try to shoot this in a video about goals. I will probably release this first to start getting some information out. This is going to be a video mostly about once I finish training, uh, what it looked like for me incorporating. Uh, I'm not going to do a lease versus company. I will say if you're interested in company, definitely check out Trucking Along with Kiersey. Uh, Now choosing lease, Eric driver lineup, no hippie, Shamarcus Dickerson. I mean, there's a lot of people that are more articulate, um, and maybe a little bit cooler than me to hear about for that. So we're gonna just not even worry about that. I will just say that I chose lease, and I did trifecta. Again, thank you, Twisted D. Um, and I had decided I was going to go lease. I didn't have enough money at the time to go lease purchase, or that is probably what I would have done. But as I'm going to get into in this video, it ended up being a good thing actually. And I'm going to talk. So I'm going to talk about how I incorporated, why I incorporated, something I really fucking one of the biggest reasons I want to make videos for other people is something about my incorporation that now that I am getting my own authority got me good. I'll explain some of that, and then my truck. I have a more unique take on why I chose the truck I chose and how that story folds out. So that's kind of what I want to cover. Next one, I'm going to talk about goals. I'm probably going to shoot that here too. And shout out to Shamarcus Dickerson and Slime Pack. I'm going to write it too. How in the fuck you guys keep doing these videos and you had time to edit them? Like, dude, how? I went to film school and I had all these skits and all these things I wanted to do. How y'all find time, man? God damn. But anyway, so getting into it. So, like I said, I decided right away that I was going to go lease. I did trifecta on January 27th, so we're coming up just on 3 years. And so I know there are a couple ways about incorporation. So for me, I went for an LLC. Now, I've heard the argument that you can go for S-corp. I'm just gonna. I guess I feel like it's worth it to say, and maybe some other people have already reiterated. Yes, if you do S-corp, you can kind of do like see what my man Tim Travels did. Terry, he did a S-corp, and I think it depends on where you're at in life as to why that would work. He has a really good reason for why he did S-corp, and it did pay out well for him. So I would definitely say if you're interested in S-corp, listen to Tim Travels. Look at him and why when he left Prime, why being an S-corp was a good idea. All that being said, I decided to choose an LLC. I had even looked into an L3C, and I had also looked into a nonprofit. Maybe somewhere down the road I'll talk about those. I'm very intrigued with the L3C, and I'm very intrigued with the nonprofit. Again, that's something maybe that's way more into the weeds than I need to get with this story, but they're intriguing things if you want to look at. And if somebody wants me to throw that up quicker, maybe I can. But there's some intriguing things to do with those in regards to taxes. And so where I'm going to focus with this on LLC versus S-corp and why I chose LLC is the taxes. So if you're making under 75,000, if you choose an LLC, just cutting right to the meat and potatoes of this, if you choose an LLC, you're going to get some better tax breaks. If you go over 75,000, you're going to incur more taxes if you aren't an S-corp. So that's really kind of the line. Now, I grossed just under 500,000, I think, last year as a solo driver. I only ended up paying about $35 in taxes as an LLC. So for you to hit that line as an S-corp, if that's one of the things you're concerned about, as long as you get a good accountant, and I have not heard. I gotta get a hold of my friend Bradley Guerin. I do not have his business cards with me. They're at my grandma's house right now, and so he has a business. If you're interested in taxes, I will get a hold of you and send you to Bradley Guerin. He is infamously at the Prime Missouri terminal. He has an awesome dog, Shuby. He has a purple Volvo, owner authority, great mentor. So he is somebody I would recommend. For accounting only, I would also recommend M7. Those are my accounting guys. They knocked it out of the park for me for accounting. We'll get into some other stuff with them later on with others. But so I ended up choosing LLC. As long as you have a good accountant, even if you're not teaming and making millions of dollars in gross revenue, you're probably going to be safe. Unless you want some of the other protections with S-corp, which again, I would refer to Tim's Travels for videos on that. So for me, that's what I wanted to do. I am from Michigan, so I incorporated in Michigan. Now, that worked great for the time that I had incorporated in Michigan. I didn't mind paying some of the taxes. I'm not going to get into the weeds on taxes too much beyond the business, but I think the politics around taxes is, let's just skip all that, man. Fuck it. I didn't mind paying my taxes. That's all I'm going to say. However, now that I am getting my own authority, if you are coming to Prime and you are going to incorporate, and you're definitely going to have to do that OTR for a little bit, incorporate in Missouri. If you want to do your own authority, incorporate in Missouri. Especially if you're from Michigan, if you're from Tennessee, what you have to understand about these companies is insurance. And my man Shamarcus, I think I had a typo. I was watching you live the other day. There was not a Drew Insurance. It was just that I'm usually doing voice because I hate typing on a phone because I got big fat fingers. So there's not a Drew Insurance. First Guard you can go through if you're Prime, which is part of what I did, and then Lancer was the other people I chose. I chose them instead of Progressive because it was about $12,000 cheaper. But had I incorporated in Missouri instead of Michigan, I would have saved myself about $12,000 a year. So if you are like I was, and you are thinking about, I'm going to join Prime, I'm going to do my thing, I'm going to get my own authority, incorporate in Missouri. Missouri, there's a reason that all these trucking companies that are OTR do it in Missouri, and that's because they have amazing, it's so much cheaper to incorporate in Missouri for trucking business, especially for insurance, also with taxes. That is something, that is one of the biggest reasons for making these videos, is to just scream that to any y'all coming in, man, if you have that opportunity. Now you can switch. If you incorporate from your home state, you can switch. Man, if you're coming in, I mean, it can be worth the money, but I could have saved $12,000, and it was such a headache to do it that I ended up not doing it. We'll put it that way. All right. And now, if you incorporate in Missouri and you go over the road, you can get your